Hey guys, today I have the topic for you. She broke up with me via text message. Basically, this is more or less frowned upon. Among other things, because the other person doesn't have the balls to say it to your face, because you think the relationship or you wouldn't even be worth enough to them to say it, or it just seems casual. And that may all be true in some way, maybe not at all, but what you should keep in mind is that they are doing you a favor as much as they are doing themselves. You may know how I feel about breakup talks. In the worst case, they surprise you, you are devastated out of nowhere, you don't want to admit it and show it to them. Usually you can't accept all this, or at least you want to hear a real reason from her. But only crap can come out of it, and even if you get something useful out of her, can you really accept that at such a moment? It's different if you were both prepared for it, but even then our emotions like to take over, and even the most balanced person in the world can't speak for himself and another person. Maybe you are controlling yourselves, but she can't or won't. Such a conversation is never fully in your hands, and if you didn't have time to emotionally prepare for it and are caught cold, what exactly is this supposed to lead to in the best case? I tell you, in the best case you tell her that you don't want that, would like to work with her on it, but accept her opinion and thereupon you go. But that's almost impossible, and that's why I think breaking up via text message saves you this conversation and is not a bad thing. She doesn't want to go through the stress and pain of this. For her, the breakup is a thing that needs to go through because she has been preparing for it for a long time and doesn't see a future together with you. They are never 100% sure, but the doubt they have will keep them from going further with you if it is not their own idea and will. You would also do her a favor by reacting in an adult way, and this is much easier after reading something like this and putting your cell phone away for a while, than if you know, the person is standing in front of you and you have to ask now, otherwise she is no longer available for you or will no longer be available for you in this form. In these breakup conversations, you feel a funny kind of openness from the person who wants to break up. Still something, from the person you were with for so long, and after all she wants to talk to you. But the only thing she really wants is to get it over with and once and for all cut all bridges and answer questions you might otherwise ask them later. This is still the person you knew somewhere, but you can't treat her that way anymore, and in your eyes she should be ranked much lower than your former partner. You make yourself a nuisance to her when you try to talk her into her opinion, begging and negotiating. And even the answers you can get in these conversations only serve to draw a line. If they are still somewhat sympathetic to you and think they have to be nice, then things like, "It's not you, it's me." You can't do anything with such statements, you can't even take them seriously. And when they are mad at you, they take you apart piece by piece so that you don't see the relationship and them in such a good light anymore and don't strive to want to fix it again. You don't have any advantages from it, even if you feel compelled to want to change their opinion. See the text message they broke up with you with as exactly what it is. A character flaw of your ex. For some of you, this may dampen the pressure we feel when we see that everything is going down the drain. It lowers their value a little bit, because at the moment of the breakup it has shot up to an unimagined height for you and you think you can't exist without this person. Weaknesses and mistakes? So what? No human being is perfect. And I don't disagree, no human being is perfect is a way of thinking that is quite appropriate. But not from your current position. Your current situation and position requires you to think, what is doing me good right now and who is harming me rather than helping me. In the end you will come to the conclusion that there are people out there who are much better suited to you. But that is simply still future music that I put you here in prospect, you cannot and do not want to think at the moment. So shift your focus more on you. I can not only hope for that, I can expect that from you. That is within the realm of possibility for you. You don't have to do anything for it, except to come to rest for yourselves now and then. And the way leads you step by step out of it. This is the decision you can and must make, otherwise you will remain eternally focused on it and you will continue to be miserable. So look at yourselves and see partly what she has actually done right now. She no longer considers you equal, risks losing you forever, and will replace you sooner or later. No action is more appropriate now than standing up for yourself and showing her who and what you really are. And this is not the desperate child inside you, screaming and crying, trying to regain her attention. This is the man who can respond reflectively, respect her as an equal partner, and behave in an adult manner. You have the opportunity to do this when she texts you. You can put the phone aside and think about what you write back. You can read everything again before you send it and analyze what exactly makes sense and what should never reach her, because it does not correspond to your true nature. Things that you may not see in several weeks and according to which you would not have acted otherwise. In face-to-face conversation, we are under pressure. Now this oh so perfect, beloved, human person is still tangible, but what if she leaves? You want to tell her everything you feel, desire and are willing to do. But you are referring to this moment and it is after the separation has been pronounced. You are missing the reality and she can't take you seriously. Sure, you can still do a lot wrong in text messages, but the potential that you really make the worst possible impression on her is much lower. Because even your pleading and begging is usually more considered. That doesn't make asking and begging any better in itself, but at least you're saying what you wanted to say and maybe making that mistake only once instead of constantly repeating whatever crap pops into your mind. Also later, if she is interested in you again, you have to be prepared in direct conversations with her. Have a frame from which you do not step out for her. Fixed habits how to deal with certain actions of her and not allow any exception, because she is special for you. But by that time you may have trained yourselves that one. In a breakup conversation, there was either no time or not enough time to really address issues and train yourself that frame. So, text messaging is something positive for you and the image you can leave with them. Can, not have to. You can also shower them with your love via text and get to the point where you are too much for them. But the options are better for you. You will not feel any different than if she had said it to your face. Maybe the conversation would have been useless phrases, but since they just want to get the conversation over with, you might be more hurt afterwards than if it had been the message. So don't take it as too negative a sign, your reaction to it is still important and no contact is, in my opinion, the tool you can use to get back up stronger than before. Take care and see you in the next video.